Today I'm going to show you how you can use EdPuzzle to make videos more interactive for your students. So I have already downloaded the Edit with EdPuzzle extension for Google Chrome, and I also have a premium school account for EdPuzzle, although you can also have some videos, a smaller number of videos with a free account. So I'm going to click Edit with EdPuzzle. This is going to bring up EdPuzzle for me. You see I have some options here to edit this video. So one thing that I know that I'd like to do is actually cut out some of it here. So I'm going to find, here's this spot that I want. I know it's right before this. So let's see, right here. I'm going to add a cut. And then I want to cut out this part. I don't really want the part with them shooting the bottle. All right, so that's back to where I want to be. So now I have my cut added in here. And so I'm going to press play again. I actually want to add a little voiceover right here. You can use any scrap cardboard that you have lying around. You can use any scrap cardboard that you have lying around. Okay, good. And now I want to add some questions. So the first part here is when I actually see them going to use this blade, I want to actually stop and put a little note right when it gets to that spot. So right here, I'm going to put a note, and I'm going to say, this is actually for robotics camp, and these students are younger, so I do not want them using the blade. So now I've added a multiple choice question, and I could continue doing this until I am finished with it, until I feel that I'm good. So I can put in as many questions as I want. And now once I'm done here, I'm going to hit continue, and I can hit finish. And now I can actually do several things here. I can duplicate it, I can assign it, delete it. So if I'm going to assign it, I have a couple of options that I can do here. One is I actually already have a robotics camp class that is in my Google Classroom, so I can assign it to this class here. Okay. I could also add a new class that is either, I can add a new class on here, or I can import a class from Google Classroom. Okay, so if you have Google Classroom, you can do that. Otherwise, you can add a class on here. Or another option is, rather than using a class at all, you can also just take this link and copy it. And then if you use a different learning management system, so for example, at our school, we use MyDE, you can copy that link and you can post it into your different learning management system or whatever, wherever else it is. Or you can also embed the video right on your learning management system. So you can copy this link, and then you have this embed code, and you can embed it right into, let's say, your topic on MyDE or your topic on any other learning management system that you are using. When you are assigning it to a class, there's a few things that you can do. One of those here that you can do is you can give it a due date. You can also prevent skipping. So for example, if you want to make sure that all of the students have actually watched the video, if it's something where, if this video, for example, is something that you want the students to be able to reference, and students who already are familiar with the material don't need to watch the whole thing, you could turn that off. You can also turn on closed caption. In this case, I do want to post to my Google Classroom, so I could do that as well. And then I would just click assign, and then once I've done that, I can look and see, I've just posted it to my Google Classroom, and now I can look and see who has watched it. So we talked about the what, like the how, like how you actually use this tool. But as for why, this tool really helps make sure that students are accountable for watching videos. So if you are doing a flipped classroom, or you're doing extra enrichment, or you're doing any kind of blended learning type environment where some students are going to be looking at a video and learning from a video while you're not right there, this is really helpful, because first of all, if you've made your own video, then you're going to make sure that you've included the important parts. But if you're using a video that somebody else has made, maybe there's parts that you want to cut out. Maybe there's parts that you want to make sure that you highlight so you can use a note, or you could use a voiceover. Maybe you've chosen a video that isn't in the same language that you speak and you want to have a voiceover. So those are all just some options that you can make it more personalized. You can also make sure that you know that the students have watched the video, because one of the drawbacks to a flipped classroom is sometimes if you're getting together expecting to have a discussion on something that students are supposed to have watched and they haven't watched it, you don't necessarily, this will make the discussion not really go as smoothly. And so you can have the students accountable for that as well. And by embedding questions, getting the students thinking while they are watching the questions, or while they are answering those questions. So again, they're thinking while they're watching it. Another benefit of this, especially for younger students, is there's less distraction, because when you click the video in EdPuzzle, first of all, there's minimal ads, and second of all, there's not going to be then links that pop up to other YouTube videos. And so they're only going to watch this. You can also embed these videos right into Google Slide, for example, or you can also embed them into your learning management system so you have this more seamless thing. And so this right here was specifically for Maker Ed. So I have students able to make things at their own pace on their own. So maybe they don't have all the materials ready and they can start watching it and they can stop watching it. And if I wanted to, I could also grade the students, but I don't tend to do that. But that's the how and the why for using EdPuzzle.